So welcome back to Bourbon Barrel, and today we're going to be reviewing a little bit of something I was not expecting to get. So I was at a store a little bit recently, and one of the things that I came across was this 1792 single barrel. So I'll show you the bottle for it, but it was a pick. So it's a single barrel pick by the local store. And I was really happy to get it because I've seen, picks of the Full Proof. I have a pick of the bottled Bourbon. There's a couple other 1792 products that I've tried and that I have had before and loved. And obviously I wanted more of them, but this one was for a good price. I think it was like low 40s, somewhere 43, 45, somewhere in that range. So I thought it was a pretty good price for a pick, and I was very excited to try it. So I went ahead and got this and decided to just go ahead and just do a review on it just a few days later and see how it is. This is a fresh crack. I have never tasted this before. I've only smelt it a little bit, just opening it, just to let it air out for the past couple days. So this is a fresh pour of this that I have never tried. So I'm really excited to see this. I know 1792 does a lot of other good stuff. Like they have some other products. Like one of them that I really want to try and get my hands on is the cognac finish 1792. I've heard that's pretty good, and I want to get that. And there's a couple other ones that off the top of my head I can't remember. But that is why I was very interested in this, just off rip, just because I've had some 1792 products and obviously I think they're pretty good. So with that being said, let's just talk about this bottle a little bit real quick. So like I said, this was handcrafted or hand selected by the store that I was at. This is barrel number 700. So if you happen to get this same barrel, you'll probably get a similar experience to what I have in this video. So this is a Sazerac Barrel Select, so that's pretty interesting. Obviously distilled and bottled by Barton 1792 Distillery in Bardstown, Kentucky. And if you want to read a little bit of this on the back, there's a little bit about their single barrel stuff. Maybe hard to read just because the text kind of blends into the label. But if you are able to read this, that's what the back says. Because I can barely read it, and I'm like, it's hard to see. But I will say on the back here, it talks about how there's flavors of rich butterscotch, caramel, and some fruit and toffee. If I'm honest with you, a lot of the notes that I see on the back of bottles don't quite hold up because everybody's palate's just different and interpret things differently. So I'm not saying this is going to be bad. I'm just saying that I don't know if I'm going to get all that, but I think we'll have some good whiskey here to try. So enough rambling about it. Just want to talk about that bottle a little bit. So let's just get into the review here. So, of course, let's start out with the color. Color is actually pretty good, and if you watched my latest review on Buffalo Trace, you'll know that this is a little bit darker than the Buffalo Trace, so I'm not sure on the age. Don't think it tells me on the back. I don't believe so. No, there's no mention of a age statement. So I would assume it's going to be around 4 years old. I always just kind of assume it's around 2 to 4 if it's not really stated. Because at that point, most people like to just state what it is. It kind of adds to the marketing of it. But considering this is not stated, I want to say it's probably no more than like 4 years old. And given the color, I would say it's closer to 4 than the 2 range. So maybe 3 to 4, 3 to 5, somewhere in there. But probably no more than that. But I am excited for this. The color is pretty good. Again, I am a fan of the 1792 products. I have some very old Barton over there. Like I said, I have a pick of the bottled Bourbon, which is, I think, very, very good. I had a Full Proof. I have now drank it. So that one is gone. I think there's like maybe 1 or 2 other Barton products I have around. I just can't think or see them off the top of my head. But like I said, I'm generally a big fan of the Barton products. So let's just go ahead and get right into this glass and see if this is going to be any different. So I am getting some really nice notes off here. Like There's no shortage of notes. And if I didn't mention before, this is, I believe, 98.6 proof. So it's got a nice proof to it. Not super heavy in the proof department, but not like an 80 proofer either. So I am getting a little bit, I actually am surprisingly getting a little bit of butterscotch. A little toffee in there. I don't know. Yeah, definitely butterscotch, toffee. Maybe not so much caramel, I wouldn't say. But I'm definitely getting some like interesting, like kind of fruity stuff like it mentioned, but it's not like citrusy. It's not even like appley. It's more of like a dark fruit, like a not dark, maybe like blueberry-ish, kind of like blackberry, blueberry, maybe cranberry, kind of like a berry type. But it's not like heavy. It's just kind of mingled in there. But it is really nice. Like I am genuinely surprised at how much of the back here provides those notes, and I actually am getting those notes. Like I said, that butterscotch and toffee is really nice. It's not like super strong, but it's definitely there. Toffee especially, the toffee I'm really getting a lot, which I'm very happy with. Like I said, some sort of like fruit or berry medley kind of thing. Not like super light in terms of the strength, but it's not like super dark either. But it's really nice. I'm really enjoying this. So I'm excited to see what this tastes like. So let's just get right into it. Ooh. Oh, wow. That is interesting. So, it doesn't, my immediate first thought is that it doesn't really transfer to the palate. Like, I'm not getting just waves of butterscotch and toffee. So that, because I was kind of expecting it, so it kind of took me back for a second, so I needed to go back into it. Now that my palate's adjusting slightly. Okay, now that it's adjusted a little bit, there's a little bit of that toffee-ish note in there, a little bit of a butterscotch in there. It's really, really velvety on the front. Like I'm really, like the mouth feels really good. Like the notes aren't like super harsh. Like I think going from the beginning into like the middle, I mean, it's got like a nice like kind of curvature of that note. Like I said, a little bit of that it's more caramel this time, a little caramel toffee-ish notes in there. Yeah, caramelly, toffee, that oak comes in. It's a nice oak, like it's definitely a little bit of tannic, but it's not terrible. And I think this one has a lack of that fruity note. Like I don't get that fruit note a lot on this palette. It's really just like a main like caramel toffee kind of oakiness, and the finish is not that long, if I'm honest with you. Yeah, like the finish is there. Oh, I'm getting. Yeah, okay. Finish is there. It's okay. Like it's okay. I paused there for a minute because on the end I was getting a little bit of like a baking/peppery kind of spice, which was kind of nice. It was kind of just a new addition there that I just now picked up. But yeah, so my baseline in my head right now is just from that Buffalo Trace review I just did not too long ago. Because I remember that one, and I'm remembering some of the other like average bottles I've had, and I think this is definitely a little bit better than that Buffalo Trace just because it is a little darker. It's got a little bit more going on, but I don't think it's like that, like a huge step above that. Yeah, I mean, like it's got that nice little darker notes in there, a little bit of that bacon spice coming in, which is really interesting. I really like that. That toffee note's very good. but it just kind of dissipates kind of quickly. It's not tannic at all in the finish. The finish just kind of carries through, just like a little of that oak and peppery and kind of the rest of it through. But it's also not super, there's no fruit at all on the palate that I'm getting. I'm getting just straight like those other notes, but they're not super powerful, and they're not like sustained. Like I'm not hitting just like echelons of flavor. Like it's about like, it's a decent level, and then it kind of just tapers off a good bit once you get mid palate to the end. So is that a bad thing? I don't think so, just because again, this is a $40-something bottle, and it's a pick. So this is going to be your mileage may vary bottle. If you get this, especially if it's a completely different store, different barrel number, you're gonna get a whole different experience, probably, or at least you'll get a decently different experience than I will. But for what I've paid, I'm very happy with this. Now, I don't think this is like anything crazy. I think this is about a 6 out of 10 bottle for me. I don't think it's just like above average. I think it is a little bit better than like your average bottle. Like definitely gonna be better than like your Jack's Gems. I think it's better than Buffalo Trace. I mean, I think it's similar to like a Weller Special Reserve, just because I really like that Weller Special Reserve. I think it's kind of similar in vibe. Definitely better than probably a couple of those benchmarks, like maybe the Top Floor. I think this is probably better than. So I think it definitely beats out some of your budget style bottles. I just don't think, like for a Jim Beam Black, I mean, that's a really good bottle that I love, and I don't know if it's gonna be better than that. It may be similar, like Jim Beam Single Barrel, maybe could be similar to. Trying to just find other like 30-ish bottles or less. Yeah, I think it's just gonna be like a good 6 out of 10 for me. I mean, again, this is a good bottle. I'm very happy with it, and if I find other single barrels like from stores that I know and appreciate, might get a couple other ones, see how it compares to this one, because this one is really good. I just compared to the Bourbon store pick that I have, I don't think this stacks up to that. I think this is good, but I think that is just great. I love the Bourbon normally, and I think the picks are usually really good. So I'm very happy with that, but I am still very happy with this bottle. Like I said, 6 out of 10, like a $40-ish bottle, low 40s. So if you can find that and you like 1792 products and you trust the store, that you trust their palate, I would definitely snag this up, because this is a very good bottle. So, but yeah, I think that's gonna be it for the review today. Like always, if you want to check the description down below, you can see a summarized version of this review. And leave a comment down below if you've gotten to try this bottle, or what you just think of 1792 products in general. Yeah, just let me know what you think. You'll see a couple videos here on the screen, so be sure to check those out, and some other reviews that I've done on this channel. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me today. So hope you have a fantastic day. I'll see you next time here on Burn and Barrel.